Hello guys. Hopefully am I audible? And let's start this option trading adjustment webinar, right? So basically we have done our options basic class and some advanced strategies also in our class, right? But at any point of time, whenever you are taking an option trade, right? Adjustment is a feature which help you when your position is not in your hand. Just imagine a case. You you taken a trade today, and tomorrow there is a sudden gap up or gap down. Okay, that is a gap up of 5% or gap up of 3, 4, 5, whatever the percent, right? Now that position is not in your hand, plus your view is that okay, this current the journey of that particular price is not going to sustain very long. Maybe over a period of the time it will come down. So I don't want to be in such a position where I'm losing a big chunks. Plus I really want.
Rahul bhai, sorry for interruption. Can you please increase the volume? Can you speak louder?
Okay, I think I have
Now
to
it is
come in
clear.
my chat mode.
Now it is very clear.
Okay, I have to come in my trading mode then. Okay, guys. So if you are in lose, where I was, yeah. If your position is in currently in loss or your direction is not in your favor, then at that point of time we do adjustments. There are some of the misconception with the adjustment that we will never incur any losses by doing adjustment. That is bullshit. You cannot say that. Okay, if if there is a loss has to be happen, it has to be happen, but you can minimize that loss, or adjustment can be done for maximizing your profit also. It's not one side game, it's a other side also. You are in a profit of 10,000, now how to increase it to 12,000 or 15,000, how to do it. So all these things are the part of option trading adjustment. In short, if I say, it's just your balancing your positions. So let's move ahead with this adjustment. Hopefully I will justify to all of you and make you understand these principles of adjustment, right? So adjustment, generally people know I have seen lots of people who are in the market, they are doing trades and all that, but they focus more on adjustment rather than their entry. That is a wrong part. Focus more on your entry, not on adjustment. Adjustment is just a tool which help you in future when your position is not in your way. At that point of time it will help you, otherwise it will not help you. Okay. Is my voice okay, guys? Okay, thanks. So your best entry will reward you better than the better adjustment. If you know adjustment in an amazing way, it will not reward you in a better way, but your best entry will reward you better. So whatever your entry process, whether it's based on data like as option chain, whether your entry is on based on charts or technicals, or whether your entry is based on some another techniques, right? So whatever your technique, your entry will be always reward you better than the adjustment. That's the first principle. Second, stop bleeding before saving, right? That's a very famous saying in the doctor fraternity, that first stop bleeding and then go for saving that particular person, right? In the same way, rather than profit, think about loss first. How much you are incurring loss at right now? Are you able to reduce that loss? If yes, do it that first rather than profit. If the profit is minimizing also, fine, not an issue. But loss, if you are able to minimize that loss, that is the key thing here, right? Have a plan ready. Third principle. Many people, when they are into a trade, right, they have already entered in a trade, now they are incurring a loss. At that point they are planning that, okay, what to do now? This is not an adjustment, guys. this is not the way you will do the adjustment, right? Your plan should have already you have a plan in your hand, right? So it is a very systematic approach, and we will learn that systematic approach, how to do it. And these are the some of the questions that why we are doing an adjustment. Is it really a need at that point of time? If it is, then when we will do the adjustment? And if yes, then what will be the adjustment? What the strike we have to select, what the price we have to select, what the theta, Greeks, etc., etc. Now, how you will do that adjustment, right? So these are the step-by-step method for doing the adjustment things. Fourth point, and the most important point in this 5 points: don't do adjustment for the sake of adjustment. Just that, okay, you learn today something and tomorrow you are in a trade and you are a loss of let's say 700 or 1000, right? And you make an adjustment. No, don't do just for the sake of adjustment, right? If your principles of taking the trade is against you, then only think about adjustment. Always decrease the risk. Whenever we are doing adjustment, lots of people, what they do when they are doing adjustment, they increase the risk as well as increase the profit, right? So never, that is against our principles. Whenever you are doing any adjustment, right, always try to decrease the risk. Have a credit in your hand. That is the principle. You must have something in your hand beforehand when you are doing an adjustment, right? Or if you have done any type of adjustment also, try to get as much credit as you can, right? So credit means basically writing an option, okay? So you will, whatever the whenever you are writing, try to take those strikes or those prices which will give you maximum credit rather than small amount of credits, okay? Or never go with a debit side, right? We have some type of adjustment with a debit part also, but never, I generally don't prefer that, but we will cover it. We will also cover it in this webinar, okay? So these are the some of the adjustment principles, and this is the setting stone of our today's webinar. And from here we will start with the adjustment strategies, how we will do it. Clear? Hopefully till now everyone is clear, and my voice is also okay now. So moving ahead, adjustment strategies, right? So what are the adjustment strategies that we follow? I will explain each and every one with some of the examples. These are the some of the adjustments that we do. If underlying move up, roll up your positions. How we do it? I will teach you that. If underlying move down, roll down your position, right? So these are the two famous adjustment strategies that has been done in the market right now, right? These are the very famous, right? And easiest one also. Apart from that, all need lots of mathematical calculations, but these two do not need too much of the mathematical calculations, right? So these are the two easy things, and it can be applied for almost all strategies, okay? So how we will do it, we will learn that today. Now the next one is delta neutral. The adjustment strategies, the third one is delta neutral strategies. We have learned in our option basic class that there is a delta neutral strategy, right? How we gonna use it for our adjustment, that we will see. Then rollover time. I am not very much fan of this adjustment, but this basically means, okay, you are in a current expiry, move it to the next expiry, okay? Why we do it, how we do it, let's see that, okay? And when we will do it, right? These are the some of the cases that we will look when we need to do rollover time. Or here I will add one more type of adjustment, that is calendar adjustment, okay? Rollover time, we adjust our positions with a calendar spread, right? How we do it, we will see that here. Now averaging. If you are a buyer, if you have a debit strategy, not a buyer, if you have a debit strategy, never do averaging. Never ever do averaging. You are actually अपने पाँव पे कुल्हाड़ी मारने वाली कहावत है ना, वो कर रहे हैं, right? But if you are a writer, right? If you are a writer, right? Then this is a very good strategy. You are actually reducing your cost all the time. All the time you are reducing your cost. Okay. Right, so this is something that we will do it, and I generally do it a lot of the time with butterfly, right, over expiry day. So I will tell you that how to do it, this thing also. Now the next is adding a future. This is highly risky, but this is high reward also. Very risky but very rewardful. If some point of time maybe your position is in big loss, but you come to know by technical, by any means, anything in your favor, adding this thing will help you a lot. Adding a future, right? Don't do adjustment. Again, lots of people don't realize that they do it, but I am not a fan of this thing. If you already have a future position, then hedging it with option, I don't do it. If you have an option position, and then for sake of adjustment, I do add a future, but not the other round, right? Now the next one is the ratio spread. Ratio spread, what we have learned, it will help you in doing these two things: Vega neutral strategies, creating a Vega neutral positions, and theta positive positions, right? So these are the ratio spread will help you in doing these two things, right? That we also learn how to do each and every. Now naked call, basically writing, not buying. I don't support too much of the buying at any point of time. I generally support writing. We know that okay, the probability of writers are higher than the probability of buyer, but yes, buyers make some point of time makes hell amount of money. Okay, so I generally don't support that, but naked call writing for adjustment technique, I suggest you do it, especially near expiry. Whenever you have a long period of the time left, don't do it, right? Even this naked writing and this averaging will do the same things over the future, right? So I will explain you what I do when there was a margin. Then what I do, I let you know, right? And at last, do nothing. If you don't understand anything, simply take a stop loss, exit. Rather than putting too much of the brain into adjustment, it's better to take a stop loss. What happened lots of the time, since we all are retail traders, we do not have option as a portfolio thing, right? Plus India, the Indian market is not such a liquid market except Bank Nifty and Nifty. We generally do not have option strategies for long period, or portfolio type of a thing, like for 3 months, for 6 months period, right? We really don't have this type of a structure in India too much, right? So adjustment, whenever if somebody is there somebody is doing this type of a thing, then don't do, as a suggestion, don't do adjustment. Okay, this particular one position is in loss. Just to make that position profitable, you are actually making your whole portfolio bad shape. Don't do this type of mistakes. Okay, so it's better leave it, take a stop loss or book loss. Simple. Okay, so these are some of the strategies. Now we will move ahead with one by one strategies, and then we will see how to do adjustment, how to perform adjustments. Okay, clear till now? Anyone to have any questions, they can type. Yes or no, guys? Say something. Thanks. Thanks, Asif bro. Rest everyone. Are you sleeping? Okay, I know you maybe something are not yet clear. Okay, so I will go ahead with the first strategy, that is iron condor. It is easy. It is easy, right? It is easy to implement. Plus, it is the maximum. Whatever the strategies I have written here, you can apply each and every strategies here only. The iron condor. So generally, when if for entry, for here I have said focus on your entry. For entry, you need a strike, etc., etc., etc. For adjustment, you need payoff graph. You can do adjustment with the help of payoff graph, not with the help of seeing your positions. Believe me, you cannot do adjustment with the help of your positions. Okay, so if you have a position created, you already have created a position, right? Or before creating a position, look at your payoff graph, and with the help of payoff graph, you can do adjustment. Okay, so I have already created all these things in a paint. Generally I use paint for explaining anything, so I have already created, right? So let's use the paint to make you understand, right? So this is the iron condor. Hopefully it is visible. Iron condor is visible. I make it little bit zoom in. Oh no, it's too much. Yeah, okay, sorry guys, I cannot zoom it because it is 100% already, and it after that 200% is coming. Okay, fine. So iron condor is a position where we have 4 setup. It's a 4-leg strategy, right? Here we have 4 setup. One is short put, another is short call. So if we see, now I am explaining you this strategy in a so that you will know that okay, what this strategy actually is, and how the adjustment what we perform on this strategy will apply to each and every strategy whatever I am showing you right now. So if I take this name, this is short put and this is short call. Leave this lower position, then this is your strangle, because this is also an OTM, this is also an OTM. Okay, so this is a strangle position for you, right? This is an strangle position. We are shorting a call also, we are shorting a put also. Okay, now by this thing, take a middle line here and divide it into 2 parts. Now there is a position called short put and there is a position of long put, right? This is a short put position and this is a long put position. So if I say this thing, since short put is my bullish view, so I can say that bull put spread, this 2 position is bull put spread. This is OTM and this is deep OTM, right? So this is a bull put spread. Now if we go to this side, this is a short call and this is a long call. So I can say that this is short call is the bearish view. So we this side we call it as bear call spread, right? And if you go to the lower position, so I can call it, it's a long strangle. It's a short strangle and this is a long strangle. Okay, clear? So if I write here, you can see that there are actually one side credit, one side credit, one side debit and one side debit. It means that here there already we have 4 type of strategies of 2-leg and leg is there already, right? So imagine if you learn the adjustment in iron condor, you can apply in this part also, in this part also, in this part also, and in this part also, right? So you can apply each and every type of adjustment here, right? So I have explained a little bit about the iron condor and this is the position. Now imagine the stock moved this way. It means that stock is bullish now, right? Now stock is bullish. Okay, stock moved this way. So when we have created our position, when the price is here, okay? When the price is here, at that point of time, we have created this position, okay? This is also an OTM, this is also an OTM, this is an deep OTM, this is a deep OTM. Now price moved here, okay? From here till here, now moved. So if I ask every one of you, at this position, imagine the price reach this area. Price reached this point, okay? Now at this point of time, out of these 4 positions, how many positions are profitable and how many positions are in loss? Can anyone reply? It will be good. It's a type of a participation then. So my question is, out of these 4 positions, what are the positions that are in profit and what are the positions that are in loss? Exactly, 2 loss, 2 profit, right? So if I say that, what are the positions in this, all the 4 positions, what are the positions that are in profit? So let's write. So market being bullish, so now this is profit, right? This is in loss. Now this is in loss and this is in profit, right? So let's understand the risk profile of all these 4 positions, right? Now since the price has moved upward, price from here till here, it has moved upward. So what is the risk profile of this thing? This is a limited profit thing. This is a limited loss thing. And this is a unlimited loss thing. And this is a unlimited profit, right? So when the price has moved from here till here, so we know that this short put value has decreased so much, plus its risk profile is telling me that it has limited profit. It means that if we keep holding to this stock or this position also, we cannot make any more amount of money, or maybe little bit, right? Maybe little bit, right? In the same way here also, we have already lost so much value in this thing that if we keep holding also, its theta decay and delta will be so low that it will never be in a profitable things, right? So now if these 2 things has done its work, why not we book it? Why not we just exit our position, right? And that's our first strategy, that is roll up the position. Now you have to what? You have to roll up your position. Means whatever the strike you have taken here, now move this strike forward. Move this, because its value is already done. This value is already done. So let me give some number to this this thing, right? So imagine here I have taken 13,500 and here I have taken 15,500. I am taking a little bigger spread, okay, or make it a bank nifty, right? A smaller spread, okay. So 13,500 to 15,500, okay, and I hedged this thing with, let's say, 12,500, okay, and hedged this thing with 16,500. Fine. So this is the point here, right? So we actually created this positions, right? Okay, now the market has reached to this point, okay, there must be some break-even point. Imagine that point is either 15,500, imagine that market is at around 15,700 or 800, okay, right? So when the price is here, this and this value is already gone. So let's book the profit in this part. So I'm writing down here. Book the profit in put bull put spread. Okay. So this is the bull put spread. You book the profit here and now roll up to next price, next app. Right now, what's the best way to select the strike price? So there is nothing like best or worst. Okay, you can select anything in between this to this. You can select anything in between this to this. Okay, but generally what I generally do, I generally roll up to the difference, whatever the difference I do have. It means that there is a 1000 point difference, so I move it to 1000 point. Okay, I move it to 1000 point from here till here. Okay, so that's what I do. Okay, so generally we do difference in strike, right? So difference in the strike, we do that adjustment. So next strike will be 14,500 and we hedge it with. So we will not just book this, we will book this also. It's a very bad idea to just shift it here, because if suddenly market comes down, imagine next day it will be a very bad news and market suddenly gaps down by 5-7%. Okay, then this side will give you a very huge loss. This side will give you very huge loss. So rather than moving to this side, rather than not booking this side, it's better book the loss here and move this strike also. So it's 14,500 and 13,500, right? So now our next payoff graph will look like, so since we already booked something, plus we have got some credit also. Here this is short position, this is long position. Okay, so we got some credit. So what will happen that now our payoff graph will shift. It will shift. Okay, since if the price will be here, so just I'm doing a parallel line, nothing else. Clear, guys? So this is the first adjustment that we have done here, right? So now this position will be the same. Now this position will be 13,500 and here our position will be, oops, sorry, this is the 14,500, Control Z. This is 14,500 and this position will be 13,500. Okay, so now we have shifted our position into this way. Till now everyone understood the first level roll up position? Good, great. Yes, if anyone do have question, they can write, and if something is gonna ahead, then I will explain that concept, and then otherwise at last. Please write down your questions somewhere. Please write down your questions. Okay, great. So this is the first. Now the next question: if market go up more, then what? Till what level we will do this adjustment? So we will do this type of adjustment wherever our short call will be. Max is there. If it is, I don't suggest go beyond that, because if you are going beyond that, you are creating an inverted spread, and inverted spread is highly risky to manage. So you need expertise of a particular time, then only you can understand the inverted, or you have a expertise of of a strategy called gut, where, because when you go beyond this thing, then this and this, there is a probability that both will become ITM at some point of time. There is a huge probability that both will become ITM at some point of time, right? So that is the riskiest part. So till where we will do this adjustment? Max till the next strike of opposite side. So when we will go till that part, then at that point of time, this is 15,500 call short and 15,500 put short. So we will go till it become a straddle. Till it become a straddle. Don't go beyond that, right? Don't go beyond that. Clear, guys? Any question? Sorry, I do have an habit of asking any questions. So fine. So this is our first level of adjustment. So I do one thing, I just copy it and I paste it to this group so that everybody will get it. No, it is not yet, Shashi bro, it's not yet become a broken wing. It's the same wing. We are actually never changed the strike difference. We have never changed the strike difference. See, broken wing, you cannot create a broken wing type of a strategy. Broken wing means, that's what I told you. Never a broken wing in adjustment. When you are creating a strategy, at that point of time you can create a broken wing strategy. But when you are creating when you are doing an adjustment, then at that point of time never create broken wing. It's a bad type of adjustment, because if market moves here and there, then it will be very tough. Yeah, I'm moving up both legs. I'm moving up both things. I'm not just moving short put. I'm moving short put as well as long put. That is called roll up. Clear, guys? Just opposite of this thing is called as roll down. Opposite of roll up is roll down. Clear? So here you do not have to do anything. If now price is, let's change the color, and if price is going this way, right, then you have to just short call this one and this one. You have to book this thing and shift this position to this side, right? So that is called, oops, sorry. Opposite is roll down, right? So roll down means if just book this profit, short call and long call, book the profit into this side and roll down to this side, right? It means that if I say it as, for an example, 15,500 call and 16,500 call, I will book this thing. Since this is in a profitable position, this is in a loss position, so I will book the both thing and then I will shift it to this thing, and since the difference of the strike is 1000, so I will shift it to the 1000 points here. So that is 14,500 again put, 14,500 call and 15,500 call I will take. Clear? So that's how we will reduce our risk and also increase our profitability also. There is a risk here. Earlier you have a this much wider break even, this much wider length, okay, a profit as well as your break even. But here break even will shift here, but it is not that much wider that earlier. So suddenly if the market will go down big time, then you have an issue. So that is the only risk in this type of strategy. If the price will come here and again it is not coming back, right, it means that you just have to book your loss. But that loss will be not, if at the starting your loss will be 10,000, if you do 2 or 3 adjustment, it will be reduced to 7 to 8,000. So yes, you are able to reduce your loss. And if it will come back 3 to 4% also, you will be in a very good profit. So this is the first two part of adjustment, that is roll up your position and opposite is roll down your position. Now let's create the same thing over here. Let's create the same thing over here. Okay, so what I do, okay, do I have trading view here? Yep. So imagine, just for imaginary, caution, don't take trade, it is just for the sake of a teaching purpose. Okay, so here I have taken a position. Okay, imagine the price is here and tomorrow you want to take a trade. Tomorrow you want to execute this strategy. So imagine that, like, this is my levels. Imagine that you do have some other levels. Okay, you do have some other levels. Okay, so here you will imagine 14,900. I just take it. This is 14,900 call, and lower side I am taking somewhere around there is this point, and then I am taking 14,500. Okay, or 14,400. 14,400. Right. Now the question will come that what will be this thing. So you can choose as per your risk profile and everything. I do have some method for that, but that will some other classes. 15,100 and here 14,000. Oops, sorry. It's 14,400. So 14,200. 14,200. It's a 14,200, and here I think it's 14,400. It's 14,400, right? Cool. So this is simple. So here loss looks big, right? But if you go to the graph, again this graph, right? Hopefully it is clear to everyone. Let's do one thing. I'll leave it. Now if you see, if I put a cursor here, right? So my break even, and that you can also see it here also. Your upper protection level is 14,935. That is, if Nifty moves 1.72%, then only I will occur a loss here, if for upper side. For lower side, if Nifty will go beyond 2.17%, then only I will incur a loss. Okay, before that I will not incur a loss. So the thing which I said in this adjustment principle, right, have a plan ready, a systematic approach, right? So if somebody has taken this position, so their plan must be ready, that okay, where that person will take a adjustment, if the price will reach here, or if the price will reach here, or if the price will reach here. So whatever type of whatever the adjustment you want to do, right, your adjustment will be already in your hand before taking a trade. It's not that okay, you have taken this trade and then you are thinking that okay, now the price is here in between somewhere around that or here, and then you are thinking, okay, what to do an adjustment. No, beforehand you create everything and then do the adjustment. Like as here, if I have to do, imagine this is the position, so if I have to do, since the expiry is near, so I will do 50 point or 100 point adjustment with every 50 point or 100 point move, right? So that's my strategy. Now you can change your one, that okay, you really want to do with the 50 point or you really want to do with the 100 point. So as per your level of expertise, you can change your type of adjustment or you change the strike as per your need. Plus, always remember one thing, always remember, whenever you have a limited loss strategy, that is the very key point. It means that if you have a limited loss strategy, right, like as this one, we have a limited loss, we do not have an unlimited loss, you must do adjustment as slow as possible. You don't need to be very fast. Okay, oh my god, price has reached to my level, what to do? Maybe you can wait for 1 hour, no issue. Maybe you can wait for 2 hours, no issue, if you have limited loss. But if you do not have any type of a situation where you have unlimited loss, right, then you have to move very fast. You have to act very fast. Like as somebody has written a naked call, right? If market is moving against him, he has to quickly book the loss, or he has to quickly adjust it, or quickly he has to create it a limited loss strategy. Whatever he wants to do, his adjustment must be ready first of all in hand. Second point, you need to act as fast as you can, because if you will not act as fast as you can, it will incur a huge amount of loss. Hopefully that is clear with you guys till now. No issue. Is there anyone? This is the first adjustment that we do in Iron Condor. Anyone do it? Okay, thanks. One guy will answer, I'm okay. Okay, now second adjustment. Generally with Iron Condor, what happens that, so guys, if let me just there is an option of making it, yes, yeah, I just here, I cannot increase this thing. I think there is no option for that part. I hope right. So here if you see some points, now I'm talking about the next strategy, that is, now I'm coming to this part, delta neutral, right? Now here is total delta. Are you able to see this total delta? 4.1, right? This is the total delta negative. It means that if price will go up by 1 point, it will incur a loss of 4.51 only, right? Say that with the 1 rupee change in the price, it will incur 4 rupee change. 4 rupee change in my whole, whatever this thing, right? Only 4 rupees, there is a change of 4 rupees. Whereas if the volatility will increase 1%, it will give us a loss of 241.85, right? If 1% volatility will increase, it means that right now the volatility is 22.26. If tomorrow the volatility will increase 23.26, it means that it will start giving me a loss of 241.85, okay, with the 1% increase in the volatility. Third point, and the same way, if it will go down by 1%, this will give me a profit. This will give me a profit. Now, here, if 1 day will pass, it means that if somebody at the time of expiry, just before expiry, somebody has created the same position, imagine the profit and loss statement will little bit change, okay. Tomorrow by morning, early morning, he is in that much of the profitability. Total theta decay, right? Theta will decay so fast tomorrow, because tomorrow is what? Expiry. right? Tomorrow is expiry date. Okay, so tomorrow is expiry now. No, day after tomorrow. Sorry, that's why I confused. There is 2600 by. Okay, so tomorrow it's 1315 point of profit early in the morning, right? If we all guys remember the theta graph is just like this. Near expiry, it very fast. Movement is very fast. So if you see here, it means that in terms of a Greek, we do not have to adjust theta. This is your friend, right? You do not have to worry about theta. This is always your friend. What you have to worry about? Little bit of the delta and little bit of the beta. Since near expiry, beta rarely change very high, right? Very rare chance that near expiry Vega will shoot up to 5 or 10%. No, Vega will not shoot up like that. Okay, Vega, because Vega will shoot up, but this part IV may shoot up, but where is the Greeks? But this portion is not that much. This Vega value is slow. If you change the expiry, Vega value will increase. If you change the expiry, Vega value will more increased. Okay, so with the change Vega value is not so big. That's why this will also not impact too much. Clear? But there is a huge probability that if market will move randomly, then what? You have one that strategy. Another one is delta neutral. You can neutral your delta, and I generally suggest you that okay, do it over a intraday type of a position only, because if you do it for a positional thing, then you must have a very large quantity here, very large quantity. So when to do any delta neutral strategy? Whenever this delta will double, okay, as soon as this delta will double, you start adjusting your positions. Now delta adjustment positions can be done via two methods. One, by adding future. Second, adding future means buy side or short side as per the delta. And second point, by adding options also. I suggest to do this only near expiry. Don't do this adding an option thing when you have a month left, right? Don't do this thing, because near expiry it requires some more amount of money, but it will increase your profitability, because if you write an option, this will help you in reducing the delta. Okay, clear? Because some point of time you have to buy an option also to make a delta neutral strategy. Clear? So this is the second method. I will come back to delta neutral strategy again when we will be doing a debit spread adjustment, because debit spread adjustment, this is the favorite one. In Iron Condor, this is not favorite one, because roll up and roll down is already very famous. Now rollover time. Now third one is rollover time. I just leave this rollover time for another strategy. I will go ahead with the averaging here first of all. So this is also very good. So I'm sorry for my English mistakes, please pardon me. Okay, averaging, right? How to do it? Averaging. So imagine this is the position, right? Now price has moved to this level, and for an imagination, I'm just using some premium. Imagine you have started with a premium of 150 premium. I will just write it 100 PR, okay, for premium, not PE, 100 PR, okay, premium. So 150 premium. Now the price has moved to this level, but this premium has been now not this will not this part. Now premium has been reduced to, let's say, just 85. Let's say it just reduced to 85, and still lots of value are left here. Still lots of value are left here. Price has moved, but because the volatility has moved bigger time, so that's why this has not moved so much. So at that point of time, averaging is a good strategy. Averaging is a good strategy. Whenever, so when we will do averaging? When IV is very high. When implied volatility is very high, it's always suggested that you do average, okay? Now in this average part, in averaging, what you have to do is, let's imagine the price has moved this place, right? Price is here currently, okay? Then what you will do? You will, now let me take another color, this much, okay? Now you will do another setup of iron condor, right? And this will, so imagine this we have not done, this we have done. So we have created another position here. I already have this position. We have not booked anything here. In this average, we have not booked anything. Neither short put nor long put. We have not done anything. What we have done, we have created another position here. By this way, we have a break even. We have shifted our break even from this to this, and from here till here. We have shifted our positions. We have shifted our positions. When I said, what's the question, bro? Whenever you say price is at this position, I'm telling you price is at the earlier part, earlier portion. Price is at that position means you have to see the cursor, by the way, but basically it is just the short put price will increase. We will create another position of the another short put and long call, any another iron condor again, right? So that is all. So here, if that is the price, imagine the earlier was 14,500, right? It will shift to this price, and now we have created another position at this point of time. What we have created? Imagine we have created 14,500 was earlier, so let's say 15,000 here, and here I have created this for 15,000, this was 16,000. Okay, we have created this type of a position, right? So 14,500 we have shifted it to 15,000, right? Got it? So this is an averaging, but caution, do it when IV is very high. IV is very high. That's only the time you are allowed to do this averaging in iron condor. Otherwise, go with the roll up and roll down situation. Don't go with this averaging system. Okay? Hopefully this is clear. So simple, you are creating a same position again, right? Adding a future is not a good adjustment strategy for iron condor. Neither this, and last one is do nothing. You just do nothing. You don't do anything else. Okay? You just don't do nothing, right? See, you can create a ratio spread, everything in iron condor, but I don't generally suggest to do it with iron condor because it is such a beautiful strategy by itself that it has everything predefined. It has everything predefined. Clear? So we have done with the part of iron condor, and it is basically the longest one. Right? It is the longest one. So if Sasi bro will allow, since iron condor is done, right? So if you say that, then we can have a 10 minutes of question answer. If you guys have question, I will try to answer it for 5 to 10 minutes because I am completing this part also, credit spread adjustment today only, and then we will move to rest everything, debit, straddle and all that we will do it tomorrow because these two are this is the biggest one, right? Okay, so if you guys have any questions you can ask. I think Polo do have some question. That you need to ask the permission. Please allow Polo to speak.
Yeah, one minute. Yeah, Polo.
So am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. So good evening. Thanks for the webinar. Okay. So my question is like, today's case, like how you're talking about rolling up. Like suppose we are taking an iron condor for bank nifty. Okay. Like more or less, it's obviously the same payoff like only. So
Yeah.
now suppose price in the morning we saw that like in the first 5 minutes it was like there was a very big gap down, like there was a gap up and then price just fell 400 to 500 points down, like from 32,900 to I think 32,500, I think bank
Okay.
nifty. Okay,
Okay.
after
So
that
there is a
price
very
again
fast
went
movement
up.
of 500.
Yeah, now price has gone up again back to 32,800 to 32,900. Fine. Now suppose in the first 10 minutes, like now suppose previous day I have made an iron condor and my break even range is between 32,000 to 33,000. Fine. Okay.
Okay.
Like so now in like first 10-15 minutes I did not do anything because I was waiting for the market to settle. Yeah, I think it will be good if you can open the 5-minute or 15-minute chart, I think, just to see the movement in the first 15 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, so actually, yeah, we can see that, you can see that first 5 minutes, like, it's very volatile. So like first 15 minutes, I'm not doing anything. Price has gone back to my upper break-even level, 33,000. So like, you are saying that I am supposed to roll off my put side, right?
No. I am not saying you have to roll up. I am saying that you figure it out yourself. Okay, imagine you have created a strategy here, right? So let me write down.
No, like what I am saying is that previous day already I have carried forward the strategy,
Okay.
and 33,000 is my break even for the upper side.
Yeah, so you have created this thing, right? So this is the
Yeah.
break-even point at 33,000, right? So
Yeah.
you have to figure it out. Now, point is not this much. Here this is 33,000, but here if you have only 36,000 here. Imagine 33,000 here, 33,100, 33,200, 33,400. What is the range you have taken here, right? What is the range you have taken here, right? So imagine if the price reached here, yes, you can do an adjustment also, no problem with that part. Like if the price reached here, right, you can do the adjustment, but you have to be ready beforehand. You have to already created your everything in your mind or everything on a paper that okay, if the prices will reach this point, right? Imagine when the price Imagine when the price was here at tomorrow at the yesterday at this point, right? You have created this strategy and having a belief that it will not cross this part. Okay.
Yes.
33,000 it will not cross, and have a belief that okay, downside 32,000 will not cross. Okay. Imagine this is the point, right? So yes, 33. If the price will reach 33,000, book this thing as well as this part. Now I told you right now, in one day, if the value is not decreased so much, if the value has not decreased so much, you can do what? And if the IV has increased, you can create this averaging, or you can also book this and this profit and shift your strike difference, whatever the strike difference here. If imagine it's 2 points, so now roll it down to 32,800, right? And again, whatever the difference was earlier, take a position here. Now your break even has gone down. Your break even has, earlier it was 33,000 and 32,000.
Yeah.
Now the break even has gone down to 32,800 to 32,000. Okay, but your profitability will increase as well as your loss will reduce. Clear?
So like basically the price has gone up, and like my short put and my short put side basically has like reduced obviously. So I'm in profit, so I'm booking that out. Then I'm rolling, right?
Yeah.
So while rolling, I also exit my call side and then make another butterfly completely, or do I just exit my short put side?
Don't create any type of a butterfly and all that, right?
Sorry, not butterfly. Sorry, like iron condor. Like
yes.
Like after exiting my put side with profit, once price has gone up, so do I exit the calls from the previous iron condor also, right? Or
no, calls will be the same.
Acha, calls will be the same.
You have to just create another put.
अच्छा, नीचे का I am adjusting only. ठीक है.
Yes, only नीचे का करना है. ये देखो.
And जो like the spread difference, like what you are saying, like suppose here there is a 1,000 point difference between the short and the long.
That so, you have to keep all the time.
All the time I have to follow that difference. Like it's not variable.
Yes. You cannot create a broken wing. That's called the broken wing. But I am not suggesting you to create a broken wing adjustment at this stage, right?
So actually,
I will tell you a situation where you can create a adjustment. Okay?
Acha. So, acha, ठीक है. So basically my iron condor is squeezing in, but at least I am uniform with my trade.
Yes, you are uniform with your trade. This is both sides. This is going up. Plus this is also squeezing, and at last it will create this structure.
Which one?
This one. And this is what? This is a straddle payoff graph called put this and this. That's all. Maximum till this point you can do adjustment. People do the adjustment beyond that also. That I will teach you tomorrow in the straddle one. Okay? When to do it.
Okay. Thanks. I got it. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone? Or should I move ahead?
Looks like no one else have question, Rahul. Looks like no one else have any other questions. So
yes. Move. Let's move ahead. Fine. So let me just create another.
Yeah, guys, I'm hearing this people saying that this is a little difficult. Obviously, right? So first thing is, some of you or majority of you are new to the strategies. So first of all, understanding the strategies itself is difficult. You have to get proficient there. Once you get proficient there, then you will be, a little bit easier to understand, what is the adjustments, right? So keep working on it. Think this is a long-term project. So you're going to be doing this for the rest of your life. So
Guys, it's difficult at a start, but if you understand it, then you have a hell amount of options.
Yeah, initially it looks difficult because of the terminology, because of so many legs involved. It looks difficult, but once you get the gist of it, once you get the understanding of it, like it makes a lot of sense. It's not that difficult. So there will be initial hurdle to cross. So keep at it. Don't lose interest.
So should I move ahead?
Please.
राहुल भाई एक क्वेश्चन थी।
हाँ।
हाँ, ये पूछना था कि जैसे कि एडजस्टमेंट करते समय ऊपर वाली जो प्लेट्यू बनी है तो वो डिफरेंस तो घटता चला जाएगा ना?
यस बताया तो यहाँ पे था ना अभी।
और ये ब्रोकन विंग एक्चुअली कहेंगे किसके?
नहीं, ब्रोकन विंग हम लोग कहते हैं। ओके, लेट मी क्रिएट हियर। सो इमेजिन दैट कि आपके पास ये है जो wait, this and this. Do you see that? Now this is the payoff graph. So if market will go down, right, you are not losing anything, or if may here also you will lose less, right? But if market will go up, then you will lose. Got it? So if you have any side of a tiltness in the market, that okay, market will not go down below 32,000, okay, then at that point of time, while creating your strategy, you can create a broken wing strategy. This is broken wing iron condor. You can also create broken wing butterfly also.
Okay.
So do you see that? This is put, this is long put, okay? This is short put, this is long put, this is short call, this is long call. So, and this is the payoff graph, right? So below that it's loss, above that it's profit. So, and this is the maximum profit, this is the fixed profit. Nobody can take anything from you if market will go down wherever it has to go. It doesn't matter. You will get this much of the profit at any cost.
Okay, thanks.
Like as today I have created a strategy, tomorrow I have created a strategy and I've shown on a group also, and that is a broken wing actually. That is a broken wing. Okay, so let's start. This is, let's name it, call credit spread. Okay, means it's a call side position and this thing. If market will go down, we have a profit. Leave it this thing. Wait a second. That's a mistake. Leave this thing. First of all, let's understand credit spread only. Credit spread, any type of a credit, whether it's a bull call spread or a bull put spread or bear call spread, right? So if market will go down, we will have a profit. If market will go up, we will in loss. Okay, right? So rather than putting a call or put, I have just removed it. Okay, now this is a situation. So now question will arise when to do adjustment in this scenario. So when you will do the adjustment? So here delta is important, because in any credit spread or debit spread, delta plays a vital role in any type of strategy. When there is a credit or debit, when two legs are there, delta is a majority of the plays of delta. Okay, theta will come into the picture near expiry only. Okay, so when total delta, right, increased to double, then do this adjustment. then only you can do this adjustment. Otherwise, you are still in the safe position in case of credit spread. Now, what you will do is the part of adjustment. So, create iron condor of same length and same delta as original. Okay, clear guys? So what we have to do, credit spread when we will do it, कब करेंगे, जब डेल्टा डबल हो जाए. So for an example, you have started this strategy with a delta of 16 or delta of 50, right? Now if delta has been increased to 100, right? If delta has been increased to 100, then do adjustment, right? Before that, no need to do any type of adjustment. And in adjustment, what you have to do, if initial delta was 50, you have to take the same delta. You have to take the same delta and create an iron condor. Means the next payoff graph now will be look like as and now if somebody will start, still the position will be go wrong, then I have already taught you that how to adjust a iron condor. Then start doing it again. So that's why I generally suggest people, rather than starting with iron condor, let's start with your view first of all. Let's start with a credit spread or credit spread. Let's start with credit spread. And as soon as if your view is right, credit spread will give you more profit than iron condor. Okay, and then it starts adjusting and then it starts creating iron condor and then go along with it, right? So this is a very, very small adjustment, but it is highly effective, highly effective. So I can assure you about one thing with this type of a with this credit spread. In credit spread, right, there is a huge possibility if you know how to select the strike, right? When I will help you right now that how I select a strike in credit spread, right? So if you select a strike in a very good way, there is a very least chance of occurring a loss in credit spread. So how do I select a strike? Let me tell you. Imagine this is some support. Generally, people write this one. PE right here. Oh, sorry, not right. Means PE short and then PE buy, right? So this is basically a bull put spread, right? Bull put spread. That's also a credit, right? And they take it as an ITM or ATM and take it as a OTM. I don't do this. This is highly risky for me because writing an ITM is a big game, right? And I'm not that much gutty guy to write an ITM. Okay, so what I do, anything OTM with at least 0.25 delta, with at least 0. delta, OTM with at least 0.5 delta, 0.25 delta, right, of this much. This one is I'm talking, right? So this is your right PE, this much, and then I adjust it with less than 0.10 delta, right? Whatever the delta which is less than or around 0.10 delta, okay? I simply adjust it with this thing, right? Maybe 35, 10, maybe 45, 10, right? I can do anything like that, okay? So that's how I do adjustments here. That's how I took a position here in this thing. Now, if this delta doubles, if this is to 0.25, if this will double to 0.50, now this is doubled. As soon as this will double, I have put, right? I have put, it means that price has came down here, right? Or this OTM is now at ATM, somewhat around at ATM. Now, what I do, then I create a position, another position, right? That is call. Now I will write call of what? Of same delta 0.25, whatever I have at a start 0.25 delta, and I have a call of again the same length. If the length of these two is 50 points, right? Again the length of this is also 50. Strike difference is same, right? And now this will create a boom, iron condor. And now if this position will give you a loss, then move to this thing. Right? And here you know there are multiple methods that you can create, right? So that's the beauty of starting with a credit spread. And I generally suggest everyone that, okay, go ahead with this thing. Tested trim, taunt son suggest 0.3 delta for time. Yeah, that's fine. See, in India volatility is very high. So 0.25 delta also you will get a very good premium of your investment size. Right. In US the volatility is not that much, so then their premium, and they have a in the money game. Now, if it become in the money, you have exercising will be allowed. Whereas here European option, we do not have exercising allowed, right? So that's the logic here. So even if in the case of the in the money, we can keep it, we can hold it with us, right? And then we can do another type of a game. Clear, guys? So this is a credit spread, right? Credit spread adjustment with iron condor. When delta A increase to double. Clear? So it's already 11:24. So this is the small introduction. Let me just send this picture also. Right, guys? So I'm from my side, I'm done for today. Tomorrow I will help you in this. I will help you with the other part of the strategies. Yes, this is about covering your, minimizing your loss, not covering your loss, minimizing your loss.
Yes, basically the adjustments, when do you do adjustment, right? When the position is going against you, that's when you look to adjust. When it is working for you, there's no reason for you to adjust, right? So basically firefighting.
No, firefighting is different. I will let you know.
Oh, sure. Okay, then my bad.
No, see, we call it this also as a firefighting, but the famous guy is one name, we know that, who is very, very famous for this word. I will let you know.
Oh, okay, I'm not aware of that.
Right, I will let you know what is this firefighting. Okay, so
Sure.
we will see.
Super, Rahul. Thanks a lot for this. There's a lot of effort gone into it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm sure the rest of SMTians enjoyed it too.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Obviously, for the beginners, it will be little difficult, sure, but keep working on it. One day you'll get it. It's not that difficult. Once you get the understanding of the strategies, it won't be that difficult. Just the naming, the Greeks, all this looks little more difficult than it is.
Right. So, Manish, is credit spread become left side of the iron condor? Manish, check its graph. What is this position? And this position, right? So you are just creating a position here and a position here, right? And making it a iron condor. Got it? So that is the beauty. Clear? And when you will do it, generally you will do it like this way. So whatever the loss you are incurring, because it's a credit spread, right? Right, credit spread is there. So your loss is already minimum, and plus that loss is basically the strike difference loss. Okay? Because you are getting that much of credit. So if you do one or two adjustments, this will never give you a loss. I can say that. With my experience, I can say that credit strategy is very difficult to give a loss. Yep, credit on both sides. Credit on both sides.
Guys, anyone wants to speak?
How many left?
None. SF wants to ask a basic question. I mean, any question?
1 minute, Ishan bro. 1 minute. Ishan bro, 1 minute. I'm on. Bro, you can speak now.
Hello, able to hear my voice now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, the doubt is like I am hearing people like currently the premium is high, like currently the premium is low, like that. So how the premium is necessarily whether it is high or low, like that?
With the help of IV. If IV is high, if the volatility of the market is high, if you are able to see my screen, right?
Yes.
Right here you are seeing 22, or let's make you understand with the help of India VIX. So this is India VIX, right?
Yes.
So if you see here, this is the VIX, right? It means that at this point of time, option premium is very high, right? And at that, so for make you understand this thing also, let me show you one thing. Very basic. And so imagine nothing changed. Underlying same. This is same. This is same. Let me make it 0. Let me make it 0. And this is volatility. First of all, let me calculate it. Volatility, that is. So what is the price here? 2.85, 2.85. Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
And now I am just increasing volatility to 85. It's too much, but yes, I am increasing.
Okay.
Nothing changed. Underlying same. This is same. Everything is same. Now 2 rupees option will change it to 9.69. That's the same thing. It means that neither I have changed the expiry, neither I have changed the exercise price, neither I have changed the underlying. Nothing has changed here. Only I have changed the volatility. So whenever the volatility is high, right, we call that option premium is costly. Whenever the volatility is low, we call it the option premium is cheap.
Okay. So it's like whether we can compare the current existing volatility with the historical volatility like that you are saying?
See. Comparing the historical and IV, it's totally depend on IV, implied volatility. The formula of the option is only taking the implied volatility. It is not taking the historical and anything. Historical volatility will help you in a trading logic, but historical volatility will do nothing else in especially. It's just the implied volatility. That's all.
Actually, I have studied like something called volatility cone, where we can compare that current IV with the historical IV, where we can
Yes.
say whether the current existing premium is low, high, like that, right?
Yes,
So-
you can see that. Let me just download it. Yes, you can see it here. It is actually comparing, right, with the stock
Yes.
price, how the stock price is moving historically, and how this volatility is changing, right, with the business
Yes.
day to expiration. That is called the volatility cone. So, but these are all the option logic. This is all our option logic and trading logic basically. Okay, if this will happen, then I will do this. If this will happen, then I will do this. But what is the base of this thing? The base is simple, that implied volatility. With the change in the implied volatility, premium will high. With the change in if the implied volatility will go down, premium will be low. Simple.
Okay. So for example, I'm saying like suppose consider this weekly expiry of Nifty. Okay. Suppose I'm executing a strangle at the ATM and the combined premium is 200 for this week. Okay. And the IV stands around 20. Okay. Means VIX is standing around 20. Okay. For next week, so at the same day, like it's next Tuesday, the combined premium is around 175 like that, but the VIX stands the same at 20. Okay, so whether we can at this time we will be calling whether premium is highly priced or low, like that, how it will be assessed?
Low priced. See, you got it now. Earlier your premium is 20. Earlier your sum is 200, right? Now
Yes.
your sum has been reduced to 175.
Yes.
So which one is costly? 200 or 175 is costly?
Obviously 200.
Then this is highly priced. This is not this thing. This is cheaper than this part, right? This
Yes.
is cheaper than this part. Okay,
Yep. Okay.
got it?
So for doing such comparisons, whether for this to assess, I need the value of last week and previous weeks of premiums, right, for the same period.
Yes,
For a
you
previous.
can see. You can. It's not like that. It's called it's called a zone marking. Zone marking. Like as imagine, I'm telling you an example. Every month, every quarter, there is a result session is going on, right?
Yes.
So 14th is the result. INFI IV will start increasing. INFI IV, Infosys result is on 14th. INFI IV and Wipro IV is starts increasing, right?
Yes.
Whereas after 14th, right?
The IV
After
will settle
14th,
down.
IV will start settle down. I am not talking about price. I'm just talking about IV.
YV.
I'm just talking about IV, right? Now market will be bullish or bearish. You have to think, and accordingly you have to create your strategy, right? Got it? So this is the thing. So whatever you are saying that okay, Nifty last week, why the Nifty last week IV will be high? You have to jot down that data points also. Like as is it like as today, tomorrow, I mean on Thursday, it is this thing RBI policy. So last time when RBI policy was there, what happened? Today in our group, somebody has shared this logic, right? At 11 a.m. this, after 11 this. So this is a benchmark for you. This is just a benchmark, but will it follow always? Not sure, right?
Yeah.
So yes, benchmarking that okay, last time premium was 35. If this time premium was, if this time I am getting a premium of 35, I will execute this strategy. Last time it was profitable. This time maybe it's profitable, right? So for first timer, I will start with one lot, then I will increase it to 10, 20, 30, whatever the lot you want. Clear?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks a lot. So
हाँ बोलो भाई.
again, I am saying like, so if VIX is high, higher, suppose if you normally I could see like under below 20, where VIX is below 20, then it premium is considered lows like that. I have been hearing from people. So if VIX is about 20, so we can consider it as a premium size. So we'll be
No,
looking
VIX
for
above 20, VIX above 25, then only right now you will say that premium is high. Because below VIX, below 25, nothing will happen. Believe me. Because earlier the VIX was 15 at an average, right? Now the average is 20. If you see the chart, and if I put it to the line chart, right? Where is the average?
line
Here,
chart, right? Yep.
right? Here is the average is coming. That is 21 and 22 is the average, right? Lower side no more data, upper side little bit data. Okay, so this is the average here, right? So this is the average right now. So as per the average, it's 22 is the average, right? So we cannot say that the 20 below is cheap and 20 above it's costly. No, you cannot say right now, because after Corona lots of thing happens, plus there is a margin change. Because of the margin change, lots of options premium are already high. Every day it's high. If you compare it with last 5-year premium, it's high. And especially Bank Nifty, my goodness, Bank Nifty premium is way high, plus there is a 25 lot size.
Okay.
Ajit Pro is enjoying this time with a Bank Nifty, writing every day.
Okay. Thank you so. Well, thank you so much.
Guys, any queries? No queries, so we can wind up for today. Shashi bro?
I think Shashi Bro is not there, so we will wind up. Okay,
Yeah,
guys.
he's there.
Good night.
He's there.
Okay, he's there.
He's there. He's there. And Polo asked one question. Can you please check the chat box, bro?
Okay. Rahul Bro, can we keep the track of ATM straddle EOD and get an average
Vivek. Okay.
high and low? Yeah, you can do it. Polo Bro, you can do it with the option this much. See, option Opstra definage. Go. Oops, sorry. Why I am logged out? Sorry, guys. What's the email ID? Forget it. Oops. I don't know. So somebody please share that option Oracle Opstra definage. I don't know why is it not coming. I really don't know that, because generally it took directly take my username and password, but not letting. So I have to reset it. So here you will see in the dashboard section, right? In option there is a dashboard. In dashboard you have IV rank and IV percentile. Through that also you are able to say that okay, IV is high or low. Plus there is a straddle premium is also there. So if the premium percent is high at the time of expiry also, or anything which is more than 10%, right? Leave this stock of India Bull Housing and Idea. Okay, except that yes, it's we consider it as a very high IV. If anything will be more than 10%.
Okay, last query. Vivek asked something.
Okay.
Vivek, bro, you can speak.
Yes. Yeah. Hi. Then I have a question. Like in delta, you explained no that 0.25 and 0.10 we can consider. That we can take it for iron condor also.
Yes, you can take it for iron condor also. Yes, you can take it for iron condor. See, iron condor. What is the iron condor? It's a spread only. It's a spread only. Yeah, the one side is bear call, one side is, other side is put. One side is with the call, other side is with the put, right?
Yes, yes.
Got it? So bull put is spread, bear call is spread, right? So you can take it.
Okay.
You can apply the same logic with iron condor also.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Rahul bro. So we will wind up for today, and we will meet tomorrow. Thank you so much, Rahul bhai.
Thank you.
Okay, chalo. Good night, guys.
Good night.